Come on, guys. Robert needs 9 more people to join this fantasy football league. I'm giving away $50 American to the winner. And unlike the Callaway Challenge with Jackpot, there's only 20 people. Well, maybe less. But the most is only going to be 20 people you have to compete against, so it should be easy. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to win. I think I might draft every player over 40. So Aaron Rodgers will be my quarterback. I need to look up everybody over 40 in the NFL and just draft my entire league that way. Aaron Rodgers didn't ruin the Jets. The Jets ruined the Jets. The Jets have been garbage for my. I'm 44 years old. I've turned 45 in like a month. They've been garbage my entire life. Way before Aaron Rodgers got there. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the ACC show, everybody. We'll be with you in just a minute. Going to go over some Week 1 stuff tonight. "45 years isn't a long time." Y'all know the deal. Hit the thumbs up. YouTube really cares, even if your boy does not, and I don't. But YouTube really does.
Casket!
Dying, right?
Oh my God!
Dying, right?
Oh my God!
Dying, right?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm in my underwear! And Tennessee hit a grand slam walk-off home run!
Clemson fans piss me off.
No comprende. No speaking English. You go. You've been here 4 hours.
No. Please don't do it. Congratulations. You tried and you failed miserably.
DeAndre Johnson! Who the fuck is he? Fucking freshman? Fuck!
It's like, well, they've been hanging tough. Well, they've been playing as good as they can. Yeah. Oh, how about that? Jackpot Leslie makes one. And why you over here telling me? You don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this, and you don't have that.
You lose! Good day, sir! Pathetic! You are pathetic!
Hey, Flaming Sports Media, ask Brian Kelly what happened the last time he came to the real Death Valley. Tell me how that worked out for him. I don't know what that music was. Let's listen to something better here while waiting on Sea-Dog. Come on, let's go! Week 1, baby! It's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time the fat cats had a heart attack. Come on, man!
Transmissions will resume. Now try to push, try to keep us all down and hope that we will never see the truth around. Another promise, another scene, another package like to keep us trapped in greed. All green belts wrapped around our minds, and endless red tape to keep the truth confined.
They can't control us. ACC is about to show y'all what's up. By the way, fuck Stanford. The only person that fears Brian Kelly is that kid he killed at Notre Dame. Fat cats had a heart attack. Come on! We got a special guest with us tonight, too. Very special guest. He's my new roommate, actually. In a few weeks, he'll be my new roommate. No, not Dabo. Even better than Dabo. I'll tell you what it is. I'm trying to think. That's a good question, Riz Chat. I don't really. I can't remember if there's a better opening weekend in recent years than this one. This is a good one.
I know.
No, I'm not rooming with Jesus H. Christ, but very close. Very close. No, it's not Uncle Lou. No, it's not Mrs. Peete. Mrs. Peete is much better looking than the person that I'm rooming with in a few weeks. At least in my opinion. All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome to the ACC show. What is this, episode 141, I think? Yes, it is. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to go over week one. We could talk a little bit about week zero. There was only one ACC team that played in week zero, and they were an epic and massive failure, which I think we all thought that they would be. At least I did. I think that was the only bet that I actually won, was the Hawaii and Stanford game, and I won by a half a point. And also, let's not to be remiss here. Hawaii played 3/4 of that game with a quarterback with one leg. So we always joke about, losing to the one-legged man. Stanford actually did lose to the one-legged man. Literally. It was sad and pathetic, but it did win me $50 and save my day because I lost every other bet that I made on college football.
I can't believe I went out of my way to add them to the graphic.
Yeah, I mean, you know what we should do? Take them off.
Yeah. That's why I didn't bother in the first place. And for some reason, it was a big problem. I never understood.
You know what? I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, when the ACC was adding these teams, they should have added Oregon State rather than Stanford. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what we should have done is got in there before the Big 12 did. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ACC is slow to move. We got like the sloppy thirds.
I mean, Stanford doesn't even care about football. Stanford cares more about Olympic sports than football.
Yeah, I mean, I think they hold the record for the most Olympic sports national championships, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do, except we're not even sure because no one cares.
Yeah, nobody cares about rowing, gymnastics. What are the other Olympic sports that nobody cares about?
Throwing a toothpick.
Yeah. Golf. Tiger Woods played for. Tiger Woods is the best, athlete to ever come out of Stanford. Period. It's not even close.
Richard Sherman came out of there.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, Tiger Woods is the best golfer to ever live, outside of probably Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. I'm not sure that Richard Sherman's the best defensive back to ever live.
No. Tiger's I don't know what. I mean, I know that. God, we're talking about golf. Thanks, Stanford. Tiger's the best golfer that's ever. It's not even close.
Yeah. Pete McGaha says John Elway. Okay. Well, John Elway won one Super Bowl, and I think he played till he was like 50. He was like the Aaron Rodgers of his day. I know that's going to make a lot of people mad. Why do people hate Aaron Rodgers so much? Is it because he goes to Costa Rica and drinks ayahuasca? I mean, I really don't know why people hate it. I'm serious. I don't understand why people hate him so much.
Are you serious? Because he's kind of like Brett Favre toward the end of Brett Favre's career, where like, yeah, no, maybe I'm going to, and maybe I'm not. That irritates people generally.
You know what? My two favorite quarterbacks in the NFL right now, one, Jameis Winston, and you guys would think, well, you're a Tater man. Why would you like Jameis Winston so much? He played for Florida State, and he came in to your house and beat you like a drum whenever you had national championship hopes. Well, that's true. But I don't know how anybody could hate Jameis Winston. This might be the most positive, funny guy in all of the NFL.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
He's always smiling.
Yeah. He's always joking around. He's always in a good mood, too, which is kind of weird. Maybe he might be a serial killer. I don't know. But I love Jameis Winston, and I love Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if I love Aaron Rodgers because everybody else hates him. That probably has a lot to do with it. But, you know, people like to degrade Aaron Rodgers' legacy based on his older years, whenever he was past his prime. People forget how dominant Aaron Rodgers was as a Packer. He won a Super Bowl with an average team.
He's one of the best quarterbacks that's ever lived, and he's not going to have the Super Bowls to support that. But you're right. I mean, go watch Aaron Rodgers in his prime. Yeah. He was ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't need somebody to, tickle my fancy and be like I don't know. I love Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. I know that's a very controversial thing for people to say, but I do love him. So recap real quick of Week 0. There was only one ACC game, like I mentioned. How many of you did you guys watch that game, Stanford and Hawaii?
I watched a little bit.
And you know what's more entertaining than the game? Jackpot's reaction to it was infinitely more entertaining than that game was.
Well, that's true of about every Jackpot reaction. So
yeah, but like Jackpot's reaction probably wouldn't be more entertaining than Texas Ohio State or something.
Yeah,
but he did start talking about Pearl Harbor and stuff, which got me cracked up.
Yeah, he took it to a whole nother level.
It's such a great time of year, man. Jackpot is back to crashing out. The weather's cooling down. We got football. I'm so happy.
I know. I am too. I think we all are. And on top of that, well, before we get to this week's games, let's talk about a little bit about the Hawaii and Stanford game. Stanford might have and Jackpot said this. He said, Stanford might have the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And you know what? He might be right about that. That guy is terrible. What's his name? What's the Stanford's quarterback name?
I can look it up for you.
Damn, he is awful. And yeah, while you're looking him up, will you look up the stats from that game from him? Now, look, I will give this to Stanford. And here's the other thing, too. Stanford's offensive line and defensive line massively outsized Hawaii, okay? And I think we all knew that was going to happen. And they ran the ball down Hawaii's throat for the majority of the game. I don't know how many yards they ran for, but it was a lot. Hawaii, go ahead.
His name is Ben Goldbranson.
What?
Ben Goldbranson.
Goldbranson.
Yeah, he had 109 yards, and that was it. And that pick.
He had 109 yards and a pick. Holy shit, that's bad. Against Hawaii.
And he looks like every electrical engineer I work with, too. That's sad.
Oh.
Got laid face. You know what I'm talking about?
My favorite part about watching that game, aside from Hawaii winning and winning me $50, was they kept cutting every 5 seconds to the coach's booth, and Andrew Luck is up there sweating bullets. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's like, I should have just stayed retired doing nothing.
Yeah, after every play, it's like, let's go check on and see what Andrew Luck's doing. And of course, every time they pan to him, he's got his hands on his head, you know.
He's got those dumb flowers
he's like,
around.
What did I get myself into?
Didn't we, as an ACC show, pick them to lose that game?
We did. Yeah, we did.
So we are on the ACC show so far with our predictions undefeated.
Yeah, we got Stanford at 1-11. I forget.
That might be right.
Dude, we nailed it.
Yeah, we nailed it. They might go 0-12. I forget whatever team it was. It was some directional school that we picked them to actually beat.
FCS team.
Yeah, some FCS team. And that might be right. I mean, like I said on the Lunch Money Show a couple of weeks ago, Stanford is in a bad way, and they are. And look, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Andrew Luck is an evil genius, and he'll get this thing figured out. And 2 or 3 years from now, they'll be back where they were when they had Christian McCaffrey. And I seriously doubt that. But right now, they are in a bad way. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, does Luck have any eligibility left? That's the only hope they have.
Yeah, he probably would have done better than Goldstein or whatever the fuck that guy's name is you just said.
Yeah, Goldbranson. That sounds like someone in a video, like a medieval video game that you talk to buy.
Yeah, he sounds like the final boss in Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's Goldbranson.
Goldbranson. Oh, so anyway, Stanford's terrible. We all knew that. Whenever they expanded the ACC and Jim Phillips was like, well, I'm bringing in Stanford and Cal and SMU. Well, it looks like so far the only one that's worth a fuck is SMU. And the experiment with bringing in West Coast teams, I don't think is going to help the ACC brand at all. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's rougher on your players and crazy travel schedule, whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter as much as the fact that this isn't doing anything financially for you.
No. And the funny thing is, SMU out of the three is the only one that agreed to take no money for like, 2 or 3 years?
No. It was like 7.
7 years?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Man. Will anybody travel more than Stanford in all of college football this year? I mean, they just flew 4,000 miles. I don't think people realize how far away Hawaii is. They go, okay, well, Stanford's on the West Coast. Hawaii's close. No, it's not. I mean, it's even further than flying to the East Coast. Way further. I mean, Hawaii is basically Japan. Let's just call it what it is. It's closer to Japan than it is to California. So they fly to Hawaii for their first game, and then I don't know, they've 5 or 6 times they fly to the East Coast. So I hope they got some Delta Sky miles over there at Stanford.
I've got it pulled up. They get a bye, then they go to BYU, which isn't awful, but then they go to Boston College, or they host Boston College so here's a road: at Virginia, at SMU, at Miami, at North Carolina.
Wow.
I mean, that's rough.
That is rough. They're going to fly 50,000 miles before the season's over, all for losses. Man.
They might prove flat earthers wrong. They're traveling so much. Like, there's no way they could maintain the schedule with a flat earth or something.
Oh, that is true. Real quick, let's acknowledge who's in.
One of these teams.
Go ahead, C-Dog. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't one of those teams? Well, I think it was. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I thought didn't one of those teams last year travel like the entire circumference of the Earth, like Cal or something?
I'm sure they did. I mean, that's like 5,000 miles. Isn't it?
I'm pretty sure I heard that.
On a flat Earth.
on a flat Earth, it's 5,000 miles. On the actual globe, it's more like 24,000. Yeah.
They just went in a big circle, huh?
Yeah, it's 24,990 miles.
See, I told you. See how smart I am?
Pete, before we get into it, I wanted to mention something too.
Okay.
So to not actually technically today, but I looked at it today, and August 31st, which doesn't fall on a Tuesday. 4 years ago, we started the ACC show. So
is that true?
Almost like, yeah.
Oh my God. Well, you know what that means. Here we go. Four years ago, in 7 score. 4 years ago, we started the ACC show. We had 31 people watching. We must be doing something right.
Hooray for UNC dog. You are killing it.
Yeah, we're killing it over here. Nobody can beat this.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's acknowledge a couple of people in here. Then we'll start talking about these this week's games. We got Matt Dummin in here, Kevron Harris, Robert, CJ, who is a bee, a Stinger bee, or even a Yellow Jacket. Droid, Nate is here. Roll Tide 99 predicts Clemson wins 31-30. That's a very specific score. Alabama 38-10 over Florida State. Texas 30, Ohio State 27. Syracuse 17, Tennessee 14. I'm going to go ahead and say no on all of those scores, but you do you, boo. Who else we got in here? Flaming Sports Media, who's completely fucking delusional. Go Pats 99. Another 31-30 score. What is going on with this 31-30 thing? I don't. Is there something I'm missing here? Y'all must be in the future.
I think they'll win 31-30.
You think they'll win 31-30?
Every game.
Yeah.
Every game.
In college football.
Yes.
Not every game.
Everyone.
Jeremy Garrettson's here. Lawn Tractor Life, a.k.a. Millis Vanillis, is here.
Woo.
Who else we got? B. Bean. Riz Chat. Low Down, Get Down. Elf on a Shelf. No, I'm not rooming with Elf on the Shelf. I'm rooming with the good-looking guy on the show right here, Rec Talk.
I grew my mustache back just for you, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna since you're not giving me a bedroom or a couch, I'm bringing my He-Man sleeping bag. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Dog Behind Enemy Lines is here. What's up, DBL? Young Citrus. Pete McGaha. Hey, Pete McGaha, I'll be up your way tomorrow. I'm leaving here at 4:30 in the morning to drive to North Carolina. That's how much of a degenerate I am.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, I know.
You might go from down bad to up big, though.
I hope so. I think I might go from down bad to down worse. That's really my prediction, but
yeah, that's fucked.
But that's actually my life story. So there we go. Atypical Gump is here. Mrs. Pete says that kind of undermines the meaning of luck. Yeah, that's a good point. That's why she's smart and I'm not. Cheezel Nasty says UFC will be good fit for the Coastal. You mean UCF? I'm pretty sure the UFC is not any good at football. But I think I see what you're saying. Dave Brown, the Bourbon Hunter. That's a guy I can hang out with. Roger Dodger. I think Stanford travels 25,000 miles. Is that a record? Now, I realize that when you play a game in Europe, that adds a lot of mileage to your year too. But I don't think I still think they're going to hold the record this year. Stanford is.
Wouldn't it be great, and not to get political though, but if like climate change people started protesting college football for this, like you're killing the planet by playing these games.
Yeah, and ironically, Stanford is one of those universities where they would have an exact rally protesting that. So, but they don't seem to care about football. It's just everybody else.
Right.
So, let the big dog eat us here. Chops, Will Eubanks. And there you go. Thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Let's get this thing rolling here. So Stanford.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
Will you switch me out, please?
Yes, I will. Give me a second.
Thanks.
Yes, you sound much better. That's
yeah,
amazing.
I had to work. I had a late work day today, so I had to join on my phone.
It's okay. You are still here at the normal time that you are normally here. So
cool.
That's good. So Stanford did lose to Hawaii 23-20 on a last-second field goal. So shout out to Hawaii. Now Hawaii's quarterback I was really impressed with. I mean I know he's hurt most of the game, but he really won that game for him. So
I had to drive right down the field to score that.
Yeah.
Field goal. Like, I don't know, 50 yards or so.
It was funny because, he got hurt, I think, like somewhere in the second quarter, towards the end of the second quarter, if I remember correctly, and he was sort of hobbling around on every play. I mean, that's what they really focused on. It was like, they zoomed in on his ankle every 3 seconds. But every time he took off and ran with the ball, it seemed like his ankle wasn't a problem. So it was a little bit weird.
They should have penalized him for faking injury.
Does anybody know the update on him? Is he good to go? I don't know what the final prognosis or diagnosis was with his leg, but I hope he's good to go. He's an exciting guy to watch. I mean, for Hawaii, I hope he's doing okay. Does anybody know? Has anybody heard any updates with him?
I'm looking it up.
Okay. All right, let's move on while he's looking that up to the first game of week 1 for the ACC. My favorite team outside of Clemson, the Fighting Dave Douchebag Dorns. East Carolina at NC State at 7 o'clock. What day is this? Is it a Thursday night game? Yeah, Thursday night at 7 p.m. on the ACC network. Did y'all hear about East Carolina today? The line moved 6 points since this morning.
Which way?
Which way?
In NC State's favor. Do you know why?
Why?
East Carolina's offensive coordinator has been suspended indefinitely by the university for unbecoming text messages. And I think he's married with a younger woman on the staff.
Wiener pics, dude.
Dick pic gate.
Wow.
Damn, that's a risky move, guys. If you're going to send a wiener pic and you're in a position like that, big win or big dang.
So, again, I'm a degenerate gambler. So if you would have bought the East Carolina, well, either way you bet. If you bet 2 days ago, that bet's out the window. I mean, the line has moved, I think, 6 points in less than 12 hours in NC State's favor.
But you're locked in at that, right?
No, I hadn't bet it yet. I wish I had it.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say they can't, go back on you.
Yeah, I don't know, though, that losing him this close to the game. Now, look, to be fair, I'm not any expert on East Carolina's roster or their coaching staff, so I don't really know how much him being out of this game is going to affect the game as far as a point spread goes. I mean, I do think NC State's going to win this game. I think they're a better team. But from a point spread standpoint, I almost am inclined to jump all over East Carolina just because of the reaction to this. I think it moved from like, I don't know. I see, Rec Talk, can you look up the current spread? I think it moved from somewhere around 8 to 16 or something, or 14 points. But I'm inclined to take East Carolina with the points. I still think NC State will win.
It's 14 points, NC State, minus 14.
Okay, so I think before it was around 7 or 8. So that's how far it's moved in the past 12 hours.
Plus 422 on the money line.
Plus 420. I don't think, that would be great if East Carolina won without their offensive coordinator, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, who won the bowl?
Huh?
Because this is a rematch, right?
Yes, this is they lost to them in the bowl game. You're right.
East Carolina beat them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Seriously?
I think so. Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah. They've played in 2 games, they will have played each other 2 times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure East Carolina beat NC State in the bowl game. I think that if I remember correctly, because I think I celebrated like it was 1999.
That's humiliating.
It is humiliating.
So I would probably jump all over minus 14.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know how good that offensive coordinator was, but was he 14 points good? He wasn't. I mean, plus, I'm not sure he was locked in anyway. He was too busy sending dick pics to some chick in the front office. So
they did beat them 26-21.
Yeah, they might even be better without him.
East Carolina was 8-5 last year.
Yeah, 8-5.
They weren't a bad team.
That's right. Go Pirates. Quick trivia question for the guys on the panel. Do you know what city East Carolina is located in?
So it's not Spartanburg.
No. Well, you're in the wrong state.
They're in North Carolina?
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between North and South Carolina.
They in Greensboro?
Nope, but close.
I don't know.
It's Greenville, North Carolina, not to be confused with Greenville, South Carolina.
Well, there's a Greenville in every state in the union.
I know.
I'm pretty sure.
It's about maybe 45 minutes outside of shit. What's the Wilmington? It's just inland of Wilmington. That's where it is. Anyway, I've got NC State winning this by 10. Unfortunately, and believe me, that pains me to say that. Nothing would make me happier than watch Dave Doran lose an opener against an East Carolina team that's down bad where their offensive coordinator is suspended. Nothing would make me happier. The only thing that would make me happier is to watch Clemson blow out LSU. That's the only thing.
What if you got both?
Shit. Y'all might not be able to contain me if both those things happen. So what do you guys think about that one? Or do you? You might not.
Give me East Carolina to win this game outright. I don't need a point.
I'll be watching it with interest since we play them.
I don't care that it's on the road. You've convinced me that Dave Doran is an idiot. Do it for that guy that gave him coffee. Beat the hell out of Dave Doran.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? I wish we could find out where the coffee guy is these days and get him on the show. And so he can give us some real information on the interactions with Dave Doran every morning at 6 a.m. before he went to the football facility.
He'd be like, man, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah, he's a real asshole. All right, so moving on to that one, of course, Rec Talk has East Carolina winning. Who do you have winning, Sea-Dog?
I don't think I'd go as far as to pick East Carolina.
Well, they literally did beat NC State this calendar year.
That's true.
This game is
that different.
This game is in Carter Finley Stadium, though, so it's not a neutral site game like the bowl game was.
Yeah,
that's been a huge advantage for them, though.
Bowl games, I mean, as much as I know it's like no excuse, but bowl games are all different too.
Will Eubanks says that Greenville, North Carolina is the home of Mr. Beast. Now, that's a piece of trivia that I don't think anybody would have guessed.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Is he an East Carolina grad?
If so, their football team's about to take off.
Yeah. I mean, he's got so much money, he could do like what happened at Kansas this year, and who's the billionaire that redid Oklahoma State's stadium, and what? God damn it! I try to think, but nothing happens. Anyway, I wonder if he could just
Boone Pickens.
Boone Pickens. I wonder if he could just pour like $1 billion into East Carolina and make them.
And make a YouTube video out of it. Like, okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Donate this money if you can put your hand on this jet for 3 weeks straight. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Beast. Wow. I guess he's the most famous guy to ever come out of East Carolina. I can't think of another one.
I don't know. Andy Griffith from up there or something.
Maybe.
He's from somewhere in North Carolina.
He's from somewhere up there. All right, so moving on to Elon at Duke. I'm trying to think of something clever and funny to say about Elon, but everything I think about when it comes to Elon, the only thing that pops into my mind is Musk. So I just,
He should have gone there.
If Elon went to Elon, that would be amazing. No.
Yeah.
This would be a massacre here.
Joe West is an alum of Elon, the baseball referee, or umpire, if anyone's familiar with him.
Is that the one that everybody hates?
I don't think he's hated. No, Aaron Hernandez was the one that was so hated.
Aaron Hernandez?
I mean, not Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez is the gay guy that killed people.
Well, he was hated too. I mean, he wasn't necessarily liked.
Oh.
Aaron Hernandez was a umpire, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh, well, I believe you.
Hernandez, that's right.
I mean,
Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez. Yeah. That's the one.
He sued him for being racist because he sucked, and they wouldn't let him do a World Series.
Aaron Hernandez sounds like a very, very common name to me. It's almost like John Smith. Yeah,
it is.
There's probably like a million of them. I'm not on Facebook, but when I did join Facebook, I realized quickly, like, my real name is not Pete. People know that. But my first and last name, I couldn't believe how many people, I'm talking about thousands, have the exact same name as me. And I've never met anybody with the exact same name as me in my entire life, but apparently there's thousands and thousands of them across the country.
You should find all of them and create like a big group chat with them all.
I would rather stick a knife through my temple than do that.
Dude, you have to take over the world.
You can take over the world, or you can fight to see who's the superior one.
Yes.
I have no desire to do that. I did get a message, or not a message, but a comment on one of my tweets the other day. Do you know there's a PigskinPeete on Twitter? I don't.
Peete, yeah.
Yeah, Peete.
Yeah.
Yeah, he commented on one of my posts, and he goes, "You have an interesting name."
Uh-huh.
Did you fuck him up?
No. I mean, it does make sense that there's another. If his name might actually be Pete, I don't know. It does make sense that he would do. I mean, my name's Joe, so Pigskin Joe just didn't sound right. So I was like, what's a name that starts with a P? And it wasn't going to be, what's some other names that start with P? I guess I could have done Pigskin Patrick, but even that sounds retarded.
Name and you get all breath when I call you Peter.
Jay says that guy is a nerd. Yeah, I don't even know who he is.
I don't either. I just know I was searching for you, and I found him one time.
Oh, really?
I felt gross about it.
Well, ripped off, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is this PigskinPeete knockoff?
Who had it first?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
You've been around a while.
PigskinPete's been around since October of 2017. I don't know. I don't know how long he's been around, so I have no idea.
Right.
We'll contact this guy and take care of this.
Yeah. Can you look him up and see if is he on YouTube or is he just on Twitter? That's a good exercise here to find out.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Pigskin.
I've never seen him on YouTube. The only place I've ever seen him is on Twitter.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's not on YouTube.
I think we need to take this guy out.
I can't find him now. He's probably one of these jackasses that is like Jackpot, and Carolina Jackpot is not his @ on Twitter.
B Bean says, Joe, who the F is Joe? Well, that's me. It's funny. I was on that cruise I just went on. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I was at the roulette table. This kid walks. I say kid. He's probably like 25. Walks up to me and he goes, and he taps me on the shoulder while I'm playing roulette. And I turn around and he goes, "Hey, man." And I go, "Hey." He goes, "You look familiar." I go, "Oh, yeah?" And then he kept looking at me weird. And he goes, "You look really familiar." And I knew immediately. I go, "From YouTube?" He goes, "You're PigskinPeete, aren't you?" I go, "Yeah." And I shook his hand. I said, "My name's Joe." And he was like, "Oh, yeah." I said, "I knew that was you." So I was telling my friends that I'm pretty sure that's PigskinPeete. But when I told him my name was Joe, it blew his mind. I'm like, "Do you really think that everybody on YouTube is like is a real, that's their real name?"
I don't think I've ever been recognized outside of like a Georgia Tech game.
No.
My wife has, though.
What?
Funny enough. Yeah. My wife has been recognized as Mrs. Sea Dog.
Wow.
Outside of a Georgia Tech game, but I haven't.
That's weird.
Right?
So when I was searching for PigskinPeete, I'm not lying, I started scrolling and there was a large uncircumcised penis that came up. So that was fun.
If it was large, it was mine.
Oh, I didn't know you were uncut. That's good to know.
No, I'm not.
Here we go. PigskinPeete podcast.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I put his YouTube channel in the private chat.
Oh, you did? Let me see this.
Yeah.
9 months ago was his first video.
I got to see this.
Hang on, this guy's a Georgia hater. Let's go.
What's his team?
Q. It says Q's on here. He's a Syracuse guy.
Oh.
Really?
That's what it looks like. He joined Twitter in 2014. I don't know if he's been active that long.
All right, here it is. PigskinPeete podcast. What's he got? 362 subscribers. I don't know. He might have more of a following on, I don't know, Apple or Spotify or whatever. I don't know. Is there anywhere? Oh, this looks like it might be actually him. Here he is. Here we go.
What's everybody up? Just wanted to.
He just said, "What's everybody up?" instead of "What's up, everybody."
A short clip here. I just had somebody message me, and I'm not gonna call this person out, but they were pretty irritated that the way that I was doing my podcast.
Oh no!
I didn't have, when I had guests on, I was having more fans on, like what they deemed as not professionals in the media space, the sports space, and that, you know, that wasn't right to have people like that on. Honestly, thank you so much for that message, and I'm glad that topic, that message.
I don't like to generally hate on fellow college football YouTubers, but I can see why it only has 362 subscribers.
Communication came up.
What is he saying? What did he say?
My content is my content, how I want to create
called My Channel
content.
Explained.
And I'm very, actually, like, in a weird way, I'm happy that communication came across and somebody noticed that, because that's exactly what I want is fans. I want not professional perspectives.
Oh my God.
Anybody that covers a team or teams at the college or pro level for football, but like, I want to be different. I don't want to, and you will typically not see media people on my shows. You will see fans, you will see alumni, you will see everyday people. My audience, how I started getting into this was Twitter, social media.
Ah, there you go.
I changed. You know,
He just said the way he got in this was on Twitter. It wasn't through YouTube.
I was listening to some of it. Can I just say it?
Yeah. Please say it, because I don't have to.
I was thinking
Please say it so I don't have to.
Female. Oh my God, guys! I'm so glad you noticed that I wanted to do this. Oh my God!
I had a guy that said that he was really upset that I had somebody on that was like really professional, but what I really want is people who are not professional on there. So thank you for the feedback and the input.
Thanks for asking.
Thank you. I really want to.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
I hope he doesn't try and trash talk somebody.
I would love to. I would love to have him on and have a debate on who the real Pigskin Pete is. Yeah. Oh, that would be easy work right there. Oh, anyway.
That's rough. That's a rough. That's a rough affliction to have if you're.
You know, you're starting to get some Dave Dorn-esque tendencies, Pete.
Me?
Are you?
Yeah. First, hang on. First, it's Mayhem Matthew, who, if he isn't retarded, is borderline retarded. then it's Caden, who is full retard. And now you've left the handy capable, at least mentally, and now you're going into homo bashing.
Don't forget Chess Hall.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Riz Chat says this is.
Well, there you go, body shaming.
Riz Chat says this is Pete after the Rec Talk sleep. I finally got Clemson, guys. We couldn't beat them on the field. I did this one better.
Oh Lord of mercy.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
This is why I love this show.
Yes, me too. Anyway, shout out to PigskinPeete for the entertainment. You know what? I might subscribe to him. I don't know if he posts videos very often. When's the last time he posted a video? Can you see on his channel?
Yeah, hold on. Let's see.
Something tells me it's been a while.
1 month ago.
A month ago. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to PigskinPeete, the Syracuse fan. You know what? Clemson does play Syracuse this year. I need to try to get him on the show. I'll reach out to him I don't know if he'll respond, but we'll give it the old college try, if you know what I mean.
You want to experiment with other creators?
The double entendres and innuendos are endless with this guy.
Wearing a Yankees, he's wearing a Yankees.
Well, that makes sense if he's from New York.
Outfit in this, and this one, which you're stoked on. I heard lately.
Yeah,
I listened to a lunch money show last night, which it's good to be back.
Yeah, the Lunch Money Show was awesome last night. I was sharing anybody can look it up. If you go to the Lunch Money Show from last night and just go to the comment section, not the live comment section, but the comments that are, after the video uploads, there's a guy on there that left an absolute novel about how he was upset about how me and Uncle Lou didn't talk about 100 different teams on the show. And that we didn't know we didn't know how to bet. We're just a bunch of idiots who gamble, who lose money, but he knows how to bet. He knows the value in betting. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, no, but bro, unless you're a millionaire, shut the fuck up and get in the corner.
Show me your picks. Show me your picks.
Yeah,
then.
Exactly.
Before.
Yeah.
He was mad that we didn't talk about Mercer versus Who Gives a Shit State or something. It's like, what?
Well, to be fair, y'all do say that you're a couple of idiots that have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think the title of the show was Bet Against Us or something, something along those lines. So
we all agree to being idiots, but that guy's also an idiot. I mean,
yeah.
No, he's an even bigger idiot because he doesn't realize the idiocy that we're spewing.
Yeah.
You know what? We've got enough time here. I'm going to pull it up. You've got to read now. To be fair, I didn't read the whole thing to begin with. I only read the part of it, but I saw as much as I needed to see. But let's look at this guy's comment here, if I can find it. It's unbelievable.
I love the novels. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised YouTube doesn't put like a cap on exactly how many characters you can use when you leave a comment.
You're a loser for leaving this novel of a comment.
Texas and Ohio State, who's like, the title of the Lunch Money Show last night was Week 1 Bets Sure to Go Wrong. So, if you see that, you should already know to begin with where you're at when it comes to this show. He must have never been around for the Edward days. That's for damn sure.
Good Lord.
Well, also, anyone that knows that's an advantage better is not going to tell anyone that.
All right, here we go. Here it is.
Well, unless you're Mark Rogers and you charge people $100 a month for it.
Yeah, I'm sure that works out for people.
All right, so here it is. All right, in the interest of entertainment, I'm going to read this entire thing to you. What's his name here? Nick Holt 3436 says, I don't know if they covered a single Thursday night football game. Now, we did. One of Uncle Lou's picks was Nebraska, which they play on Thursday night, so he's already wrong in the very first sentence of this thing here. Seems like they only hit the games with the teams they're familiar with and can't win betting that way. No, you can't win betting that way. If you want to find really good value betting, it's usually the games people aren't talking about. Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about them because nobody gives a fuck. I mean, you missed the whole point. And they covered none of those games at all, which is disappointing. Disappointing not just to bettors, but disappointing to college football fans whose teams don't get talked about enough. I feel like week 1 should be focused on all of these top 10, should not be focused on all these top 10 teams. They might as well be the NFL. There's no value on these games. If you want to actually make some money, you have to research the teams and don't get covered as much as usually the group of 5 in FCS. That's how you're going to profit. So this guy's making a shit ton of money, but betting clearly because he knows how to find the value in it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's betting on Blue Mountain State every other week.
Yeah. Find value in the games that aren't high stakes toss ups like LSU and Clemson, Texas and Ohio State. Look for the lopsided matchups that you think you can find an edge. Hate this garbage trash. I know they're just gambling idiots who know some stuff about college football, but it would be nice if they actually gave an in-depth analysis like other YouTube channels. I only follow Uncle Lou for the humor, but he knows enough where he could expand his channel to actually give out helpful advice.
So what did he come in here hoping to get rich off what you two say?
I don't know. So my reply to him was, we pick 3 bets every week. We can't cover 100 games in 2 hours. Bet however you want, dude.
Yeah, and according to him, like Vegas, they don't really concern themselves with setting good lines on anything but popular games.
Yeah.
I guess. Like he's figured out the
Yeah,
secret.
on the Lunch Money Show, we're going to spend 2 hours talking about McNeese State and Mercer.
Not only that, he said he's been following Lou apparently for less than 5 minutes, because I've never seen an in-depth analysis of any game from him in 10 fucking years, however long it's been.
Yeah, or me.
Yeah, or you. Like, this is not the place for in-depth analysis.
Yeah, he came on Uncle Lou's channel telling him he needs to be like other YouTube channels, which makes a whole lot of sense. This guy's a genius.
He needs to be like RJ Young, and he can go get a fucking job with Fox Sports or something.
I will say, I do remember back when I first started YouTube or got on YouTube. I don't know if you remember, Pete, but it was the Lunch Money Show where you guys reacted to my very first video.
I do remember that. Yeah,
that was back when.
I guess, did Lou find you? He must have.
Well, I commented in the chat. I was like, I made a video responding to your video about Jeff Collins, and
that's right.
Like, and then so he said, okay, and he looked up the channel, and y'all reacted to it on the air. That was back when you guys did. You did 2 shows at lunchtime.
Yeah, the Lunch Money Show actually started out as a lunchtime show. That's right. It was every Tuesday and Thursday at noon.
And Tuesday, you guys reacted to the games from the week before, and then Thursday, you looked ahead to the upcoming games.
That's right.
Because I remember that came to be because Lou quit doing he used to have like a 2:00 call-in show. We're having to go way back now, and I think that's what eventually Lunch Money replaced it.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I know it was towards the beginning of when he started doing the morning show, and so he got off the morning show at 10 or whatever, and we started the Lunch Money Show at 12, and then it just became a schedule problem for both of us, so we moved it to the nighttime thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you came out with the midday show, so it wasn't that much of a schedule problem.
Huh?
I do miss those days. I get why you changed it, but I do miss those days. That was awesome back then. I'm nostalgic for it.
Yeah.
But I get why you had to do it. And obviously, I would never go in the freaking comments and be like, "Oh, you guys need to do this or that." It's like, geez, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. How dare you not be like somebody else?
Yeah, you don't gotta cry about it.
Yeah.
Well, but see, you have them, and then the other half, you're only trying to be somebody else.
Are you trying to make money off someone's name? That's the Colorado fans' favorite comment right now. Just trying to make money off Dion's name, stupid.
We're about to get there in a second. So next is Kennesaw State at Wake Forest.
Owls.
What is it?
The Kennesaw State's the Owls.
Yeah, the Owls. So this is a Friday. There's 2 games on Friday. One of them doesn't matter. That's the Wake Forest game, and then there's the big one. Of course, I think we're all picking Wake Forest to beat Kennesaw State. In the interest of the ACC, I really hope that Wake Forest doesn't blow this one. The same.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough when Georgia Tech goes out and loses to the likes of, NIU and Bowling Green. We don't need Wake Forest taking up that mantle.
Them beats your ass later in the season.
Damn, how'd that happen? Oh, man.
Oh, fuck, even Syracuse can do that. So not exactly a high bar, sir.
Yeah, I agree. Beating Miami is not a high bar.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been.
We agree on something finally.
Somebody's talking about
embarrassed himself.
I remember back and forth between RJ Young and Uncle Lou. RJ Young blocked me the very first time I ever commented on his channel, and that was a long time ago. That was probably 5 years ago. He made a video about how Dabo Swinney was a racist or something.
What?
Yeah. This was during the COVID lockdown. I'm pretty sure it was like he was all in on the racism thing, like a lot of people were, and he's just Dabo Swinney's a racist. I forget what the actual event was that took place that caused him to say that, but I also forget what I actually said to him in the comment section. But he blocked me immediately, so that was the last time I ever watched. I haven't watched him since he blocked me.
It's an effective tool. I'm thinking about doing a segment every week why your coach is racist.
Yeah.
I did a video that admittedly didn't do very well back in the day with my two black friends called Which Coaches Have the N-Word Pass. And it's one of my favorite videos I've done. It was really
I'm
funny.
surprised I didn't get taken down.
Yeah, I was like considering should I post this? But yeah, I went ahead and did it.
Yeah,
it turned out really good, but nobody watched it, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a lot of.
So who got the pass?
I need to do like an updated version.
Yeah, who did get the pass?
Who did get the pass?
So it was funny. We had several different. We talked about Nick Saban having the pass.
Whoa.
Yeah, Nick Saban had the pass. I think
That's interesting.
The head coach of Miami at the time was Mario Cristobal,
but he's not white though. I mean, not technically.
I know, but
He's Hispanic.
We were like,
yeah, he's Cuban.
We were like, does he have the inward pass? And then one of us was like, yeah, having the inward pass is probably like a prerequisite to working at Miami. Like you got.
I mean, in Michael Irvin's own words, Jimmy Johnson does.
Yeah,
man.
there
That's better than any national title.
There was quite a few. They gave Jeff Collins the inward pass actually at the time.
Wow.
Well, they were split on it. One of them.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good.
Well, I think it's all right because you're not going to punch a guy with Down syndrome that says the N-word. So.
This was back before it was really apparent how terrible Jeff Collins was. I was still, I wasn't calling for him to be fired yet. I think this was before the NIU game.
He's the one that would want it the most, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he's a very big time relatable guy to the players and stuff. So that's why I
so y'all spend all this time shitting on Jeff Collins. He's probably actually a decent person.
No,
I'm sure he's great. Well, considering the way the freaking players defend him, but it's geez. I mean, do you like losing and winning 3 games a year? I don't know. Some of his ex-players will defend him to the death, but it's geez.
Yeah, I don't like to know how the sausage is made, so I just in my own mind prefer to think of Jeff Collins as a terrible person.
Well, look, I challenged him to a cage match, and is it any coincidence he blocked me soon after that? No.
He blocked you on what, on social media?
Yeah, on Twitter. And I've never interacted with him on Twitter ever, which means that he had to have watched the video.
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny. That is funny. Well, I'm trying to find the video. It was a really good one. I'm gonna make an updated one because that was a good time.
All right, let's move on to the game of the one of the games of the week in the AC. There's at least 3, I would say, games of the week, 4 probably even.
This is the Friday night AC.
This is the Friday night special, 8 p.m. on ESPN. Georgia Tech at Colorado. I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Rec Talk before I say anything.
First of all, I am often surprised on YouTube because you deal with these fan bases. I thought Florida State was the most knuckle-dragging, idiotic, stupid fan base known to man. They don't hold a candle to these people. These guys don't want to talk about football. They want to talk about clicks and views. Everything's a goddamn conspiracy with these people. They're going to get what?
What do you mean these people?
I've already been called racist. I've already been called that. They're like, oh, you live in Georgia?
Well, anybody who's interacted with the Colorado fans that came out of nowhere 2 years ago has been called a racist. And, you know, everybody has. I have, you have, anybody with a college football YouTube channel that says anything negative about Colorado, even in the least bit, has been called a racist at some point.
Yeah, and now they're pulling the Fran Brown card of finding things to get mad about because they know that we're about to knock their dick into the ground.
Yeah.
They Clayton Powley, a safety for us, he was asked a question about that environment. And he's like, well, hell, you know, I've played in some pretty crazy environments before, so I don't really feel that this is going to be anything different. I mean, other than they have like celebrities and stuff, but they don't play the game, so that doesn't matter. And they're like, oh my God, this guy's spicy. This guy's coming at us. He just stepped into it now. Seriously, you do have celebrities there, and they're going to watch you get your ass beat. I'd love to see LeBron watch you get your ass beat. That's what's going to happen.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. I think this was my lock of the week last night, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was somebody else, but yeah. But I actually already bet this game, so it was at 5 points yesterday before the lunch money show. And when I looked at it this afternoon around lunchtime, it was 4.5, and I jumped all over it. I think it's gonna be a double-digit win for Georgia Tech.
Dang,
I just don't see. Have you seen they today they just named the starting quarterback?
They did?
Yeah, Caden Salter.
Okay.
So he spent the last 4 years since 2021 at Liberty. His best year, he threw for 2,000 yards. Last year, he threw for 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. The guy's like 25 years old, 24 or 25 years old. So he's the experienced one. So I get that. And maybe Liberty just wasn't any good, and that's not his fault. But and then the backup is going to be Juju Lewis, who's a 5-star quarterback who they brought in, who's going to be a true freshman. So that's who they've got. I have no doubt that they, through the transfer portal, because they recruited it. Does anybody know where they finished recruiting?
24th.
24th. That's not. I guess that's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question. All their transfer portal recruiting was done by his kids.
Yeah.
Like, he literally said, if you want to come play at Colorado, contact Shador, contact Shiloh. They're not there, so who's running their recruiting through the transfer portal now?
I don't know. Warren Sapp, I guess.
Yeah, doing the rep chart. Look, this is the only fan base that can lose Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, who in their mind is the greatest quarterback that's ever played the game, their top 4 wide receivers, like 4 of their top players on defense, and tell you they're going to be better this year.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And if they're not better, it's some conspiracy. Some deep state conspiracy as to why they're not better.
Yeah, so I was going back and forth a few weeks ago with some Colorado fan, which is the first one I've ever seen on the internet, period, but they're everywhere now. And we were talking about all these different things, the roster, the coaching staff, all this, and he goes, yeah, but it's in Colorado. It's in the mountains. They're going to have a hard time with the elevation. I go, what?
Yeah, I guess he's the only one that's ever thought of that, right?
Yeah, I like
Georgia Tech staff. They're like, "Oh my God, is that a thing? I thought y'all were kidding."
So, no, that gets talked about with every game played that the Broncos play at home.
I go, how many games has Colorado lost at home in elevation? I mean, that hasn't seemed to help Colorado in the least bit in the past, forever, I guess, except for that 1 year that they stole a national title from Georgia Tech, wasn't it?
No, they split it.
Oh,
they got 5 downs against what?
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That's a steal, as far as I'm concerned. They stole it from you.
Count.
Yeah, well, they both stole it from Miami, so fuck both of them.
That's different.
But back here in reality, Georgia Tech has a much more experienced team, a 10 times better quarterback than Caden Salter. No, it's not even close. A better head coach. Yeah, I said it. That's right. You heard me say it. A better head coach.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a fact.
So and to me, I would be shocked. I'm not saying Colorado's complete garbage. I think I don't know. I haven't seen them play. I mean, they have a whole new team. I mean, every year. So it's hard to really gauge. So I'm not saying they're going to be like Stanford was against Hawaii or something. But Georgia Tech's just a better team with a better coaching staff. So I think this is a double-digit win for the Yellow Jackets.
Totally agree. Yeah, I mean, they get excited. They have all these NFL, ex-NFL players on their staff. They have no coaching experience, though. They have to have one of the least experienced coaching staffs in the country. Georgia Tech, on the other hand, has built a really good staff. First of all, how many national title rings does Deion have in his time coaching? 0. We got several on this staff. We got people who have been there. That you think Boulder is who's intimidated by Deion Sanders? Is anyone intimidated to play Deion Sanders?
Well, I know it's a short sample size, but Deion Sanders has a losing record at Colorado overall.
He's beat 3 FBS teams with winning records.
Yeah.
And that warrants retiring people's jerseys? You're going to get run. You're going to get run.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a side. This outside of Clemson and LSU, and I know there's a bunch of other great games too. But even just looking at the ACC, like Notre Dame and Miami is going to be fucking awesome because that's just a historied rivalry that is better. That's going to be awesome. Obviously, Clemson and LSU is going to be awesome, but I'm really looking forward to this one, like probably the most outside of Clemson and LSU, just because of the Deion thing.
Oh, it's gonna be hilarious, and that's why they don't understand why they get this criticism. This is specific only to Colorado. Like no other team has this. Where, like, if Nick Saban went and coached at Tennessee, they wouldn't all then go root for Tennessee.
Yeah,
they would root for Alabama. It's weird. It's not college football.
All right.
Well, I agree with everything that's been said, but I'll say this. You lose this game, you will never hear the end of it on the internet.
Oh,
I'm gonna look real fucking dumb if we lose this game. I know that.
Well, everybody will. I mean, I don't think anybody outside of Boulder is, well, the Deion stands are, but outside of Boulder, nobody really believes that they have a chance to win this game. I don't think. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it on the internet at all.
No, well, there probably are some, but you ask any Colorado fan, and they're gonna beat the brakes off Georgia Tech. They even had someone on their coaching staff. They've since deleted this tweet, I believe, because Deion has his son running the social media, which is a mistake.
Massive mistake there.
And it was a coach saying, Georgia Tech's offensive linemen, they're just looking to get in your way. They're not physical. Like, we can out physical these guys. How to say you've never watched film against Georgia Tech without saying it? And that's someone on their coaching staff.
Colorado can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. And that's two things that Georgia Tech does well. So this is in my mind, forget the prime thing. This is just a mismatch. I think this is a mismatch for Colorado.
I agree.
So,
yeah, look, and even if they try and run the ball, they attempt to run the ball, which they haven't done. They do have a transfer from Ohio State, not projected to play in this game, is injured.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Georgia Tech's third-string running back had more rushing yards by a large margin than anyone Colorado had last year.
Well, they were throwing the ball 60 times a game.
Right. And so Shedeur won the stat championship. What's that doing for him now?
I usually look at the Vegas line because Vegas is pretty close most of the time, right?
Yes.
In matchups. But every once in a while, I feel like they troll the public to try to make money. Like, they won't do it on every game because then it's obvious. This line out of all of them, it blows my mind. I can't believe that Georgia Tech's only favored by that much.
I'd set this at 13.5. Like, if I didn't know anything else, what Vegas line was set, I'd put it at 13.5, minus 13.5 Tech.
I'm just
it does make me wonder if Vegas knows something we don't.
I'm worried about the fact that Georgia Tech shits their pants.
I'm going to be so pissed if that happens. First of all,
it's just bad. Like, I've seen it too many times.
Hey, why do you think I'm calling for a loss in this Notre Dame game? That way, if Miami pulls it off, I would be talking cash shit.
Well, since we all agree, I think we all agree that Georgia Tech's going to win this game and probably by more than the spread. So let's get back down to reality. From Georgia Tech fans' perspective, we've got two of them on the show right now, Rec Talk and Sea Dog. Like, if you have any worries at all, like what is it? I mean, what position or what is it exactly that gives you some sort of pause to say that maybe Colorado could hang with Georgia Tech for 4 quarters?
Pass rush.
Pass rush?
Pass rush, new DC that's never called plays before, totally rebuilt defensive line. That could be problematic.
Yes, I saw in the chat just now. Yeah, you got a transfer from Clemson, AJ Hoffler, named a starter, the defensive end.
Yeah, who never did anything at Clemson.
Well, he didn't get many opportunities, to be fair.
Sure, but it's an unknown. I mean, all I'm saying is you can't hang your hat on he's going to be some hell of a player for you.
Right.
Yeah, the same thing goes with me and Miami secondary. With all the transfers they brought in, like, okay, I've seen them do some good things in other places because I've seen, highlight reels of all of them, but I haven't seen any of them do it in a Miami uniform.
Yeah. Is Georgia Tech's defense worth a damn? We're going to find out.
Well, I feel like the pass rush is decent, the pass defense is decent, but they have to get help up front. A lot of the time, they suffer because they can't block them all day. They can't cover them all day, and that's what we saw a lot, in the past couple of years.
Now they are loaded in the secondary, though. They should be good in the secondary, especially with a signal caller that came from Texas who was great at that. Yeah. But they got some players back there.
Yeah, and they just need help up front. That's all. But I mean, we have so many. We have one player on the D line from last year. That's what I'm worried about.
I'm going to make Vandenberg. You do bring in a Kilo Stone from Ole Miss, who was a proven guy there, who actually started at Georgia Tech and has now come back. And then I want to say there's another guy too that's got some experience, but it's still a problem.
It's not ideal in it.
I'm going to make a bold.
The quarterbacks last year that we played against just had all day. That's how the Syracuse game was. It was like, what's his name? Had all freaking day to sit there and throw on us.
Yeah, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. And by bold, I mean really bold. They named Caden Salter the starter. I think we see both these players play in this game. I think somewhere in the third, halfway through the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, we're going to see Juju Lewis in there.
Dang.
I don't think that's controversial. Dion has all but said he's going to play 2 quarterbacks, even though he did name Salter the starter. The interesting thing will be to see how Dion handles a quarterback that isn't his son. So let's say Salter comes out, and no, I'm being serious. Let's say Salter comes out and is struggling, throws a pick or something that's bad. Does he then yank the does he pull a Steve Spurrier and just start yanking quarterbacks in and out?
So
I mean, Rick's got a point. We have not seen to this point Dion coach a college game where his quarterback was not his son.
Yeah,
that is true.
He's never coached a game.
So this is news to me. I didn't realize that Dion already said that he's going to play both quarterbacks. If that's the case, that's even worse than I thought. Instead of just saying, Caden Salter's our guy, we're riding with him. Anytime a coach and coming out with 2 unknown quarterbacks, first time starting for that coach and that team, says that we're not riding with this one guy, that's even more of a reason to pick Georgia Tech, in my opinion. He's not confident in either one of them. That's the way I look at it.
Colorado has been honestly a clown show for the past couple of years. It's really embarrassing what they did. Firing their offensive coordinator. I thought that was one of the worst things they did was fire their offensive coordinator and then just completely abandon the run.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, I don't have anything against Juju Lewis. I've watched Juju Lewis play, all right, came out of Carrollton. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think the decision to go to Colorado could ruin him because you think about he's following Shedeur Sanders. Let's say he gets thrown into this game and also struggles. You don't think they won't turn on these guys in a heartbeat following Shedeur? Of course they will.
I mean, Shedeur struggled his first year too.
But his last name was Sanders.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that if Colorado loses this game, and especially if they lose it badly, let's say by 2 or 3 scores, or maybe even more, like if they get embarrassed in their own stadium, that Colorado might follow what we saw with Florida State last year.
That would be hilarious.
Then it might just fall apart.
Georgia Tech is the arbiter of two absolute destructions of teams.
Yeah.
Be good for my channel.
It would be.
Doc P says, "Is Pete doing that show again with the Georgia fan?" I don't know who you're talking about. I do one show. Tiger Baskins.
That's who I'm think he's talking about.
I never did a show. Oh, you talking about the call-in show?
Yeah, he's the only Georgia fan you have done stuff with.
Well,
I do a show with Uncle Lou every Monday and the Lunch Money Show. Is that what he's talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I guess the answer is yes and no.
I don't know if y'all talked about it, but it definitely took Twitter by storm. Did y'all hear Ian Book's comments?
About what?
About playing in Miami.
What did he say?
Ian Book said that is the loudest stadium he's ever played in, and specifically mentioned louder than Sanford Stadium and louder than the Big House.
Was he sober?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Y'all pulled a Falcons piping in crowd noise or something.
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
I don't either. I've never been down there, but
I have no doubt that
number one, though, he's talking about the Notre Dame Miami game in 2017 when he Numbnuts got pulled in the third quarter, and literally in Ian Book's first drive, he come in and threw a pick six. Or excuse me, it was second quarter. That was when they had Brandon Winbush at quarterback.
Yeah.
And I've said it before. You don't need 100,000 in that stadium with that roof on that place. It keeps all that noise in. And
do you know that was the
Miami fans don't show up to watch them play, Bethune-Cookman or fucking Wake Forest, but that place is going to be absolutely packed for the Notre Dame game.
This is a little bit of a PigskinPeete YouTube history for y'all. Do y'all know that was the first game I ever covered on YouTube? Miami versus Notre Dame 2017. As a matter of fact, I think after that game, and I had just started my YouTube channel, within a few weeks of that, I had probably 90% of my subscribers were Miami fans, because of that game. Now since then, most of them have left me for a lot of different reasons. But so shout out to Miami for that. All right, let's move on from Georgia Tech and Colorado and move on to Syracuse, and this is another good one. Syracuse at Tennessee. Which is not really Syracuse at Tennessee. This game's in Atlanta, isn't it?
It's at the Benz, yeah.
At the Benz.
Kickoff game. This might be the most interesting game.
Yeah, I think I might agree with you there. It's the hardest one to figure out. I mean, I think I don't know if I've seen anybody pick Syracuse in this game to win it, but I don't know. I think this game could be more interesting than people think it is. There's a lot of unknowns on both of these teams. I mean, obviously, Nico Iamaleava had that.
I'm about to leave you.
I'm about to leave you and did leave you. Is at UCLA now, and so there's an unknown at quarterback there. Syracuse also has a new quarterback. Syracuse is replacing a lot of different players as well.
Everything.
And so I'm not one of those that thinks that Syracuse is going to upset Tennessee, but I also think this game could be more interesting than people think. Well, here's what I'll say. This is feast or famine for me. I think Tennessee has the ability to go in there and make a statement and blow out Syracuse based on all the new pieces there. But I also think there's a chance that Syracuse could keep this thing interesting.
Tennessee, on paper, should blow out Syracuse.
But you could say that about a lot of games that Tennessee's lost over the past few years.
Yeah,
well, but I'm talking like specifically in the here and now. Josh, I'm not going to shit on Josh Heupel. I think he's a really good coach. Like I said, even with what they lost because Tennessee, surprisingly enough, was led by their defense last year. For all the talk Josh Heupel gets about being an offensive guy, it was really their defense. Now, obviously some big pieces like James Pierce are gone. And offensively, they were led by their running game. But I don't see how you replace what Kyle McCord did.
What do you think about the conspiracy theory that we discussed on the Lunch Money show last night about, Fran Brown came from Kirby Smart's defense at Georgia, got the head coaching job at Syracuse, that, obviously Kirby Smart's probably in contact with Fran Brown. He's figured out the Josh Heupel offense, and there's some information sharing going on there as far as scheme. Did you guys see what Joel Klatt said about Tennessee today?
No.
No, but to answer your question, yes, that happened. That's not even conspiracy theory. That's a well-known fact.
Yeah.
These coaches talk to each other and share information.
Of course they do. I mean, everybody knows that. I mean, that's just a common thing. And people will call that cheating or whatever, but everybody does that. But Joel Klatt today said he called out Josh Heupel's offense as a high school offense, and now we've been saying that for years on YouTube as a joke, But to hear Joel Klatt say it was even funnier.
Well, we don't even have to hear Joel Klatt say it. Jalen Hyatt said it 3 years ago. There's 11 plays in this offense.
Yeah.
So hold on, let's back up. Are you telling me we're going to get another cheating scandal if they lose this game?
Well, if Tennessee loses this game, you better believe they're going to say somebody cheated because they can't handle losing.
They're still talking about fucking armbands in 2019 or whatever fucking year that was. With South Carolina.
Yeah, we just we saw it in your show, Rick. I mean, they're still
commenting. There's still like 4 people arguing with each other in the comments. I get notifications for every single day.
They're still blaming. Now, this is the greatest part. They're blaming a team that's not even in either one of those conferences. For their loss to South Carolina 3 years ago, or was it 2 years ago?
Yeah,
it was Michigan's fault.
Yeah, Michigan's fault.
Into it, there's not even any evidence Connor Stallions was at that Clemson game. He bought tickets to it. They were never scanned though.
Yeah.
So that goes out the window. Oh well, you. But when you look at all the evidence, what evidence?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy talk.
How very liberal of them.
So, but you're right though. I didn't even think about that. So now, if Tennessee somehow loses this game to Syracuse, it's going to be a whole nother conspiracy. That I guess Rec Talk's going to be hosting a Syracuse fan and a Tennessee fan in 2 years from now, talking about how Syracuse cheated because Kirby Smart knows, was in contact with Fran Brown and told him the signals of Tennessee or something.
Kirby Stallions.
Kirby Stallions.
Yeah. Now, I did put up a poll on Twitter. I don't know if either one of y'all saw it because neither one of y'all voted in it. But I specifically asked Tennessee fans because, in this area, there's a bunch of Tennessee fans I know. So I put it up for Tennessee fans. Would they take a loss to Syracuse in the opening game if it guaranteed them a win in the Swamp? And overwhelmingly, I think it was 75% said yes, they would take that loss to Syracuse.
Yeah, and then they'd say Syracuse cheated.
Yeah,
we'll do that. We can say they cheated.
That would be the most Tennessee thing ever, is to blame Kirby Smart for a loss to Syracuse.
But here's the thing: fucking Josh Heupel could go 1-11, and if he beats Florida in the Swamp, they'll give him a 50-year extension.
Well,
yeah,
because they haven't done it in over 20 years.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that last time they won in Gainesville was 03 or 04.
Here's the thing about this game, though, to push back on what you were saying, Pete. Syracuse is very much like Colorado in that they lose everything except they lose more. They also lose their top 4 wide receivers. Obviously, they lose Kyle McCord, and they lose more on their defense. They lose their top 6 tacklers on defense, and they don't. Not that Colorado replaces what they lost, but they replace much more of what they lost than Syracuse does.
Yeah, I'm picking Tennessee to win this game. I mean, I think they're way more talented. They've got more cohesiveness as a team as a whole, and probably better coaching as a whole too. So, but I mean, it would be hilarious if Syracuse beat them.
Oh my God! Can you imagine Fran Brown in the press conference? They win.
Oh God, he'd be insufferable.
Or if they lose.
He'd be insufferable.
Hey, for the sake of Fran Brown's wife, I hope they win.
That stinky.
Because if they lose, he doesn't bathe.
That's right. He doesn't take a shower until he wins. So it might be. Well, we looked at Syracuse schedule. It might be week 4 before he showers. Boy, he's gonna stink.
Yeah, he said showers are for winners, man. No, they're for everybody, cuz maybe they didn't come up there and tell you that.
Yeah, they're walls.
Stank Fran. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Duquesne versus Pittsburgh. I think we all got Pittsburgh there. Fordham versus Boston College. I think we all got Boston College there. So let's just talk about the interesting one here. East. Well, I don't know. What about now? I'll be transparent. What is Eastern Kentucky worth a shit?
I don't know anything about them.
Me either. Would you say never heard of them?
The only directional school that was worth a shit in Kentucky was Western Kentucky when they had that one quarterback 3 or 4 years ago that threw for 6,000 yards.
I'm just looking through some of these cupcake games in the ACC and like which one out of these three, Duquesne, Fordham, and Eastern Kentucky is likely to upset either Pittsburgh, Boston College, or Louisville? None of them.
None.
I think what most likely would be Eastern Kentucky. That would probably be.
But they've got the toughest opponent out of all of them. Though. Louisville is. I think Louisville is better than Pitt and Boston College. Well,
I tend to agree with that, but I also think Louisville is being overhyped. Like they have some of the same problem. We were just talking about Syracuse and Colorado. They lose a lot that I'm not sure is going to be easily replaced this season. Like they're recruiting well, I'll give them that. But does anybody think that Louisville's quarterback is going to be able to sling it around on defenses like Shut last year?
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, you know what? I wasn't high on Louisville last year, and obviously they beat Clemson, and I'm actually a little higher on them this year than I was last year. Not because they beat Clemson. I just think that I think the program's headed in the right direction. So I don't know. Do any of you think they won't be in the top 4 of the ACC, 3 or 4, when it's all said and done at the end of the year in the conference?
No, I think Brahms is one of the more underrated coaches in the country.
Yeah.
He's actually a quarterback whisperer in a way that like Mike Norvell and the guy.
They wish they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that 4 through 6, I could really see being any combination of SMU, Georgia Tech, and Louisville. Like really any combination of those 3.
All right.
Sure. I think Louisville will be in the mix. The most likely to lose one of those games is Pitt, just because Pat Narduzzi's kind of weird at times. And they're on a
but he's also been one of the more consistent coaches though. Like he's had his hiccup year here and there, but he's been fairly consistent with Pitt.
Well, I'm just saying, if you force me to choose one, I'm going to pick the one that's on a 7-game losing streak.
Well, and I'm not knocking that logic.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're going to pick all those 3 teams in the ACC to win. Hopefully they do. I mean, hopefully one of those doesn't slip up and lose to a directional school, but it does happen. But here we go. Alabama, number 8 in the AP at Florida State. Now, Florida State is grasping at straws here with the last time we painted our end zone white, we went 13-0.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
Have y'all seen this thing with the end zone painting thing?
No, but they're married at the hip with Colorado people, so I mean, it makes perfect sense to me.
I mean, listen though, there's plenty of silliness coming out of Tuscaloosa. Like they're talking Nick Saban level defense at Alabama this year. When has Kalen DeBoer ever been known for an excellent defense on any team?
When has Alabama ever started Casanellos?
Yeah, I think this is a mismatch here, and I know it's easy to pile on Florida State. Well, yeah, it is easy. I mean, they went 2-10 last year. It was a terrible year. But what is it with Florida State and quarterbacks? They go out in the transfer portal and get DJ Uiagalelei. Then they go out this year in the transfer portal and get another failed ACC quarterback from another team. and Castellanos, and people are like, "Well, Castellanos isn't a failed quarterback." Yeah, he was. He got benched and literally quit the team in the middle of the season. Well, what was it? Week 9, 10?
Yeah, but under a coach that is also a quarterback whisperer. I mean, say what you want. Like, Bill O'Brien caught a lot of flack at his time at fucking Alabama. Offense was not their problem.
No, O'Brien's a better coach than Mike Norvell is anyway.
Yeah.
And Kellen DeBoer is also, I think, a better coach.
I mean, Florida State actually had
debatable.
Florida State's defense was actually somewhat decent last year, but the offense was just so bad. Pass defense. But the offense was just so bad that, I mean, there was the defense. I mean, and I don't even really blame them. About halfway through the season, they're just like, "Fuck this." The whole team gave up by week 6.
They love giving up.
And to make it worse, Castellanos, who has never done anything in college other than win a couple of games in the ACC before he got benched, is out there guaranteeing victories. It's just like. The whole thing is weird. I'm not saying Alabama's, a national title winner this year or anything. I still think they would be very good. I mean, they're obviously on paper one of the most talented teams in the country. They still recruit in the top 5. And people can say what they want to about DeBoer. But to me, this is still an epic mismatch here. I don't think this game will be close at all.
I also don't think, listen, I know Florida State went 2-10, but does anybody actually think that is a legitimate 2-10 bad team? I don't think they're actually that bad.
Yes, that's why they went 2-10.
Yeah, but we say it all the time.
I don't think you're that
can
bad.
very well be better than their record.
$10,000 better. Yeah, you are. You just lost $10,000.
Yeah,
that's how bad you are. When you have the litmus test right in front of you, you don't have to appeal to all this other horse shit.
I mean, maybe I just don't like Florida State. I mean, as much I like the dog pile on Florida State, but I just don't like them being trash.
I just don't believe. I think Mike Norvell, this is going to be his last season in Florida State.
Ooh, spicy.
They got a big hole to dig themselves out of.
That's putting it lightly.
And I don't think firing your fucking coach is the way to go about it either.
Yeah,
are you sure?
I'm talking about Mike Norvell himself has got a big hole to dig out of.
I mean,
starting out with Alabama. I mean, they quit after the first game last year.
The speech that Mike Norvell gave during ACC media days reeked of desperation. I mean, he sounded like a tent pastor.
Yes, he sounded like Joel Osteen up there.
He sounded like he was trying to convince himself that Florida State was going to be good, not everybody else.
God wants to give us wins.
It's just, it sounded like he was trying to save his job. I mean, literally, it was almost like he was in his boss's office instead of at a podium in front of a microphone in front of the world. He's like, we're working hard. Yeah, everybody's bought in. We're really going to be really good this year. I promise you. And it's like, really?
I don't freaking go 2-10. I just don't see how you come back from that.
Well, you can't get any worse except for winning 1 game or 0. I mean, so we picked them to win what 5 games this year, and still
nobody's gonna have any patience with you now, not the fans or the anyone. And it's like you got to convince recruits and transfers and all that to buy in. Which clearly,
I get that I have a skewed view on this, but this is also the same coach that went undefeated during the regular season up until a bowl game that honestly he shouldn't have been in.
Right. Consistency matters. That's why.
Yeah. Going 13-0 and then 2-10.
Yeah, that gets a lot of people fired.
I mean, none of that matters. I mean, what have you done for me lately kind of gig. I mean,
well, I mean, okay, but you can still point out that it's wrong. Yes, and what LSU did with Orgeron was fucking wrong.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast. Here's the other thing. Their fans are checked out of this season already because I guarantee you what they're going to comment when they get drug in this game. Hey, when we get in the SEC, though, that's when things are going to happen for us, which is going to be hilarious after you get drugged by an SEC team. They think all their answers are somewhere in another conference. They don't care about the ACC or playing any of these games, and they're going to get drugged in most of the games they play.
He does make a good point.
They're still at least 5 years away from that happening, though. So they checked out for the next 5 years.
Not in their heads.
Yeah, but not to them. I'll give the Florida State fans some credit, though. I mean, they did spend the past couple of years being like completely delusional, but I do think that that reality has finally smacked them in the face, and that they're skating on thin ice with Norvell, as I would be too if I was a Florida State fan. I don't know that a loss to Alabama in week 1 means that it's over, stick a fork in them or anything. But I think it's the culmination of just the past. Well, ever since the Georgia 63, what was it, 63-0 or whatever, was 63-3. Ever since then, it's been a downhill slide. And the Alabama game, if they lose this badly, now I'll say even if they lose this game but put up a fight against Alabama, I think that'll give them some sort of hope. But if they get just completely wiped off the field, I think that it's the beginning of the end.
Well, and I also don't put a whole lot of stock in that fucking Georgia game, because I think rightfully so, the players that did play were still at least half checked out of that game. Like,
that's a problem.
I probably would have been too.
But that's a problem.
Then they
well, no, it's not really a problem, because that was probably. I mean, listen, I at least like for you to spin on it before you fucking raw dog me. And the playoff committee didn't even do that to Florida State.
I got to cut that out and make that a stinger.
Yeah, that would be a point, except they followed it up by going 2-10. So you can't just say, oh, well, that Orange Bowl doesn't really matter. Yeah, it does, because then you followed up by shitting your pants in similar fashion for an entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, but one doesn't necessarily mean a damn thing to the other.
What? They quit. I mean, that's the common thread there.
Yeah. Look, this doesn't mean anything for Florida State in the ACC or the playoff picture or anything. And even mentioning them in the playoff picture is kind of absurd at this point. But I do think that we will learn a lot about what they're made of from this game. Again, you win or you lose, and that's all that matters. But I do think in Florida State's case in particular, how they perform and fight in this game does matter.
Yes.
We're going to learn a lot about Florida State in this week 1 matchup against Alabama.
I agree with that. Yeah.
If they get blown out by 30 points, it's going to be, here we go again.
Yeah.
Well, I think
not necessarily. If that's a 1-score game late in the third, into the fourth, and you end up losing by 4 touchdowns, okay, talent overwhelmed you at the end.
That would mean you quit in the fourth.
No, it doesn't.
I think they're completely outmatched no matter what they do, and that
because an overmatched team can keep it competitive for a while, but the superior team ends up running away at the end. That doesn't mean you quit at the end. Just means talent overcomes you in the end.
So now on the flip side of this, let's just in fantasy land, which is what I think this is. Let's say that Florida State somehow wins this game and upsets Alabama. How fucking insufferable will Florida State fans be if they beat Alabama?
They'll start commenting on old videos of ours.
Castellanos is going first in the draft.
Yep.
Heisman.
Fucking every Georgia fan, every Tennessee fan, every Ole Miss fan, every Florida fan will be jumping on that bandwagon with them, because it gives them a chance to shit on Alabama.
Oh, it would be hilarious for Alabama, but yeah, their fan base would be we're back. We're about to give you payback for the playoff snub, all of that.
All right, we've got we're up against a timeline here. So Coastal Carolina at Virginia. I think I know we already picked this game. I think we picked Virginia to win this. But oh man, poor Tony Elliott. He's fighting for his job right now. My prediction is that he might be back on Clemson's staff at this time next year in some capacity. I don't know if he's going to be sitting in a closet somewhere watching film or on the field or what, but I love Tony Elliott, but man, they're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is that. Now, one of the biggest games in the country, forget the ACC, number 9 LSU at number 4 Clemson, 7:30 p.m. Saturday night on ABC. Let's go. I'm not going to go first here. Let's hear from Slim first on this one. What do you think, Slim?
I actually think these are two very similar teams, at least how they were last year. Both of them were very good offenses with some defenses that left you scratching your head. I think it's all going to come down to which defense can make the biggest jump in the offseason. And I have way more confidence in a team headed by Dabo Sweeney than I do fucking Brian Kelly this point. Here's another stinger for you. I think Brian Kelly has a greater chance of killing somebody else than winning this game.
Look down in the bayou.
To find a dead person, yes.
Damn.
So you're saying that Brian Kelly is not only a murderer, but a dead man walking?
I don't know about dead. I mean, probably dead man walking. I mean, to Rex's point about just the nature of the beast at this point. But I mean, you can't underestimate the offense. I mean, Nussmeier, like Cade, is one of the best returning quarterbacks in the country.
Sure, he threw for over 4,000 yards last year. And look, LSU's loaded. There's no doubt about it. But if you look at, their star ratings come out of high school and talent ratings and all that, yeah, LSU is loaded, and nobody's disputing that. But they do not have the amount of returners that have been on the same team. Not even anywhere. I think Clemson literally has the most returning talent than any other team in the country, starting wise.
Probably.
So,
Yeah.
On offense, they do. I don't know about their whole team.
The whole team, I think, is what I read earlier. And look, I posted this on Twitter earlier today. I said, look, LSU is loaded, completely stacked. Clemson's completely stacked. In games like this, where you have two elite quarterbacks, two elite defenses, two elite offensive and defensive lines, I would probably give the LSU the favor in offensive line. I would give Clemson a slight favor in the defensive line. But in games like this, home field advantage does matter. Forget the Death Valley thing.
Sure.
So I got Clemson by 7. I think this will be a dog fight, or as it were, a tiger fight. But give me Clemson by 7. This should be an all-time great. I don't really see any one of these teams getting blown out. I would be shocked if either one of these teams got blown out. But obviously I'm taking Clemson as the home favorite.
I'm with you on that. Like I'll disagree that was two elite defenses because neither defense was elite last year. Like I said, I think that's going to be the key to who wins the game. It's which defense can get better the most this offseason.
I agree.
But I tend to agree with you. I think it's going to be a close game, maybe 10. I could see a possibility of a 7 to 10 point win. Clemson tacks on a field goal late or something, just give them 10 points. But yeah, I'm right there with you.
What do you think, Rec?
Well, look, I think it's fun to clown on Brian Kelly because virtually everything about him is fake. His accent's fake. When he gets mad in press conferences, it's obviously fake.
You mean when he bangs on the desk with his hand for no reason?
He's like, damn
it!
And he may even have worse dance moves than Shane Beamer, which is saying something.
Yeah, all of that. However, he's not a bad coach, though. We can get that out of the way. He's not a bad coach. He's a bad person for killing people. I don't think he's a bad coach. And I think you're right. I mean, two evenly matched teams, it's probably going to come down to who can fix their defensive issues in a week 1 game the best. And I'm going to give the nod to Clemson there. Look, there's a reason everyone's high on Clemson right now. Cade Klubnik is like top 10 in every passing stat or record in Clemson history. They do return everything. You do have home field advantage, which is more important in a night kick, which this is on ABC at 7:30. The line's at 4, between 3 and 4, depending on where you look. I would not only pick Clemson to win, but cover.
Yeah, I somehow got somebody on YouTube to bet me $100 straight up. So I'm basically getting 3.5 points.
So if it's 30 to 31, you win.
All Clemson has to do is win, and I win my bet. So they don't even have to cover. which I don't know why anybody would make that bet, but he did. Of course, it's Vandy Dandy, so it's not surprising.
Of course, an idiot. He makes the dumbest bets.
Yeah.
He'll write that off on his taxes. He knows how.
I'm surprised he didn't spot you points.
Yeah, me too.
I had a Florida fan that wouldn't make the bet, but swore up and down Florida was going to beat Miami by like 40. I said, fuck it. Give me 25 points. We'll make the bet.
So, C-Dog, you have anything to add to the Clemson and LSU game, or are we all?
No,
this
I
kind of
think-
worries
I
me.
think
If we're
Clemson
all
wins.
if we're all picking Clemson, I'm a little bit worried about this here.
I mean, they are at home. Like, I think that's a huge deal. I might think.
Well, and to get into the oddity of it, LSU hasn't won an opening game in like 5 years.
That is true.
Could mean they're due, though.
Yeah, and with Brian Kelly, like I'm not a buyer on Brian Kelly. So
Well, nobody is.
yeah,
I'm not even sure LSU fans are a buyer on Brian Kelly.
Listen, I agree with Rick. I mean, shitting on Brian Kelly's fun and all, but he is a good coach. I just think he has a ceiling.
Well, it's not that he's not a good coach. He's the winningest coach in the history of Notre Dame football from a percentage standpoint, or I guess the amount of wins he had. But big knock
He's also
on
the longest tenured coach in Notre
right,
Dame history.
and also, but he doesn't win the big games. That's the biggest thing. And this is one of the biggest games he's in his tenure at LSU. Or this game in Clemson.
Yeah, well, that was, and yes, Brian Kelly helped with that, but that also, a lot of that stemmed from Notre Dame and the fact that Notre Dame hasn't won a meaningful postseason game in like 40 years.
Yeah, but Marcus Freeman has. So there you go.
Marcus Freeman has.
Yeah, and in a little bit much shorter time. And Brian Kelly was there for forever, and it reeks of desperation. And look, coaches say weird things, and Brian Kelly's a weird guy. But the rhetoric that came in, over the summertime, and I made a couple of videos about him being a clown. The whole, it sounds more like he's trying to save his job. Like he knows that if he loses to Clemson and has a bad season in the SEC, that he's, on the hot seat or something. It reeks of desperation, the stuff he says leading into this game. And I feel like that kind of shit comes back to bite you. It's one thing if you lose the game and you just got beat by a better team or an equal team like Clemson. But when you go into the game, with all this other shit that normally fans and players talk about with the fake Death Valley Junior and all this kind of stuff, that's not what coaches normally talk about before a game. That's fan stuff. It reeks of desperation to me.
Well, he will be on the hot seat if he struggles this year. I mean, I mean, they fired 3 national title winning coaches. They'll surely fire Brian Kelly's ass.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to get Dabo to take the bait. Well, what do you think about what Brian Kelly said about Death Valley Jr. And Dabo was just like, he just brushed it off. He's like, he's a great coach. We're going to just handle the business on the field. He didn't take the bait. Dabo is, unlike Brian Kelly, he's a winner. I mean, sorry, it is what it is. Yeah. Oh.
And he never killed nobody.
And hey,
that's a double.
Casket! Look down in the bayou.
Damn. Well, we're going to go ahead and shut the show down. These last 2 games, unless you have anything to say about SMU and East Texas A&M, which is that where the guys go learn how to be fake soldiers before they go to learn how to be fake soldiers? Is East Texas A&M? I didn't even know that was a thing.
No. Nothing to say about that. I mean, who cares about Cal? I forgot they were an ACC team.
Yeah, Cal and Oregon State. And shout out to Cal, the only team on the ACC show that we did not do a record prediction for. But I'll go ahead and give you one now if you want it. 3-9.
Down bad.
Damn.
3-9.
But they're not Stanford down bad.
I think we can maybe make a bowl game.
You think so? I don't.
Maybe like 5 wins. I don't know if they're 3-win bad.
Yeah, I don't think so. The 2 worst teams in the ACC, unfortunately, both reside in the state of California.
I'm just glad it's not us anymore.
I do like Slim Shady's idea, though, that eventually Clemson's going to have to travel to Cal. And, Cal likes to do a lot of protests politically and whatnot. Do you think there'll be a protest whenever Dabo Swinney comes to town?
Over what?
Well, use your imagination. I mean, Dabo's very controversial.
I said this when Cal was joining the conference. If Dabo Swinney does not drag an 8-foot cross onto that field, Cal will be highly disappointed.
That'd be pretty cool.
I would love to see that. So, imagine if he, how he runs down the hill? Well, imagine if he ran out on the Cal field with a cross on his back like a Passion of the Christ.
Yes. What is Cal's mascot?
The Bears.
They could put the bear up on there.
Yeah.
Like we crucified,
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, but actually, who do you think wins that game, Cal or Oregon State? I'm taking Oregon State.
Man, Oregon State was 3-9 last year.
They get them at home too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for ACC's sake, even though I don't really care, I guess I'm rooting for Cal. This game's in Oregon State, though, I believe. Yeah, it's in Corvallis. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, Gundy's a good coach, right? So I'd go with. I'd have to.
Gundy's at Oklahoma State, not Oregon.
You got the wrong state.
Not a time where I see orange and black that I don't confuse these. One of those schools needs to stop playing football. Gundy's there. I don't care what you say.
I believe you. We are in a simulation, so it's possible that he is there
with a beer in his hand, driving.
I'm taking Oregon State here though, as a home team, but go Cal, I guess.
Woo, Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
And Aaron Rodgers. You should be really rooting for Cal.
Oh yeah, I love Aaron Rodgers. You know, my dream one day is to take mushrooms with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but the problem is the whole team's probably going to take mushrooms before the game. So.
One day when I get diagnosed with terminal cancer, I'll be a 50-year-old Make-A-Wish guy, and my Make-A-Wish wish will be to take mushrooms in a tent in Costa Rica with Aaron Rodgers.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't hope you get cancer, but I hope it results in that result.
Oh God!
Before we go, can I just add how much Rick's mustache bothers me?
Why?
It just does.
It's so good, dude.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, it's very Aaron Rodgers-esque.
Hey,
your mustache.
I just got a new job, so I had to do a bunch of interviews, and in one of the interviews, this is the first thing they mentioned. They're like, "Man, that mustache."
All right, I got to show the people online. On the stream anyway.
Oh, let me.
Yeah, I want to put you on camera here.
Look at this. Look at this.
This is.
And then he like went half Kentucky with it with the neck beard. Come on, man.
Yeah, I just haven't shaved. I just refuse to shave now.
I got to say, I'm a fan of the mud. I think this is a good look for you, and I think you should keep it.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm going to see. I mean, what we can do with it. You know.
He's only doing that because he got a freaking beard guy sponsor.
Yeah, but that's not a beard; it's a mustache.
Well, I mean, look, King's Ransom does help with it, but
yeah,
I would do this anyway.
Is that what that is behind you on the shelf there?
Oh yeah, that's a good old some King's Ransom beard oil.
So I am also a guy who has my mustache is not near as nice as yours. I do have a beard though, at least somewhat of one.
We can send you a promo pack, I'm sure.
Well, I'm coming up there. You can just give me one of those bottles.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I can go home with some beard. What you got over there? Some beard shampoo and oil? What is that?
It's oil and colognes.
Okay.
And honestly, my ex-wife liked the way one of them smelled, and I was like, I'm not taking you back.
I was about to say, she's trying to remarry you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't need those problems.
But I did think about it because I'm like, it's a lot less money.
It's a lot less money, but I would have to question both your sanity and your intelligence if you remarried the same woman.
Yeah, I'd probably have a different tone in my videos, like, hey, everything's fine. I just want to say that I'm sorry, honey, just 1 minute and let me record this video.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it, everybody. First of all, thank you, Rec Talk, for coming on. Thank you, Slim Shady, for coming on and making the show amazing and fantastic.
Yes, I apologize for my tardiness.
Next week on Tuesday night, we're going to have a hell of a show because we'll have all of these games that we just went over to talk about and talk about how wrong we were. We're right, we were. But I guarantee you there's going to be at least 2 or 3 major talking points that happen in some of these games where we could just talk about that all night.
Yes. I can't wait. I'm freaking salivating. And I just realized today that there's games on Thursday night, too.
There's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Monday, dude.
I have to work this weekend, but luckily the Notre Dame game is a kickoff is half an hour after I get off work.
That's perfect.
We'll get to see Jordan Hudson before the next show.
I'll be streaming that game, by the way, the Notre Dame and Miami game. So,
all right, guys, appreciate it. Talk to you later.
See you later, Rec. Thanks, man. All right, Slim, buddy, we'll see you soon. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the morning.
Yes, sir. Oh no, I'm leaving at 4:30 in the morning to go to Cherokee, so I won't be on in the morning.
Oh, well, never mind.
But I'll be back Thursday night. Oh, no midday show tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. See you later, Slim.
Yes, sir.
Sea Dog.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I need to go upload some videos.
Go upload some videos.
I'm going to go upload some videos.
Do it.
I've been freaking blowing it.
Do it.
Here they come.
Do it.
All right.
Yes. All right, man. Well, I'm looking forward to this weekend. Looking forward to next Tuesday's Go Jackets.
Me too. Thanks. Good luck with your Tigers,
Yes, sir. All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Later.
All right, guys, that's to do it for me as well. Like I just mentioned, I'll be out of town tomorrow for one night, so no midday show tomorrow. I will be streaming at least 3 or 4 games over the next, from Thursday through Monday. So just pay attention to the community post. I'll let you guys know exactly when I'm streaming and what I'm streaming, and hopefully you guys will be so generous to come and hang out with me and enjoy this first week. Well, actually second week, but you know what I mean. Week 1 of this season. Love y'all and see y'all later. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Your boy is checking out.